All right, Rob, we talked about Jimmy G's injury in the first hour. He wasn't the only quarterback injured. Lamar Jackson suffered a knee injury in their win 10-9. They won over Denver. Man, Denver. Whew. But anyway.
There you go. Another situation, Chris. I mean, let me ask you this real quick before we get to Lamar. If they could, the new owners, what are they? The Walmart people? If they could get out from underneath the contract that Russell Wilson have, would they? Look at Chris.
Absolutely. I mean, and I like Russell Wilson. But, Rob, I've never seen – I can't recall seeing anything like this. Where a guy – and I actually think – and maybe we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but, we've broached this. He might be putting his Hall of Fame credentials in jeopardy. He really might be. Because it wasn't like he was Aaron Rodgers in Seattle. He was really good, won a Super Bowl and all that. But
and don't forget, he does have the game-losing pick. I'm just saying,
right,
Chris.
All right. No, I cannot recall seeing a perennial all or Pro Bowler who looked like he was a future Hall of Famer falling off like this at an age where, he's 34. And I don't even know if he's 34 yet, but he's 33, just turned 34, something like that. And Rob, they can't score. They can't score. Can you recall? Have you ever seen? I mean, it's one thing if like when Peyton Manning fell off because he was old. One thing when a guy's old.
And he had his back fused. Don't forget, Chris.
Right.
Yeah, his back fused. Together.
But I mean, can you recall something like this?
No. I mean, we had people calling from Seattle, Chris, and we got, right, who said, wait till you see him. They were not that I'm not saying that they knew this was coming.
Well,
Chris.
the tide is going to turn because I believed, and so did many other people, including Russ, apparently, that he was the driving force.
Right.
And Pete Carroll was kind of riding his coattails. And, I mean, look, you got to give Russ some credit because they weren't very good before he got there. Now, obviously, Sherman and their defense, a lot of those guys were kind of young and getting there too. Right. They were just getting there too to some degree. And so it was a true team effort. But you can't take that from him. But, Rob, right now it's looking like it's the reverse. Pete Carroll was carrying him, and he was a system quarterback.
Because what they've done in Seattle is short of shocking.
Seriously. And they're not out of the woods either.
No. But I'm just saying, what the year that they put together, right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I know I didn't expect this at all.
I didn't expect this, but 7-5, I'm not throwing any parades for them. Let's see if they can finish it out and get to the playoffs. But let's get to Lamar, Rob. Knee injury. And is listed as week to week. Now, all we know is it's a knee injury, and that according to the Ravens, it's not season ending. According to the Ravens, they'll know more tomorrow. Okay, but right now it's week to week. And Richard Sherman, Rob, he just started his own podcast. Here's what he had to say about it.
If you're Lamar, what are you doing?
Mitchell, I'm not playing again. You heard John Harbaugh say it could be a couple of day to day, it could be week to week. Cool. It's over with for me. I'm going to heal up, baby. Y'all go ahead and figure it out. I'll talk to y'all in the offseason when it's time to pay. Get your checkbook out because y'all didn't want to give me any kind of security. So, seeing as I'm hurt, I don't want to make this more severe. I'm out. I got nothing else for you. I did my best. Good luck to y'all. Y'all boys, go get them.
And if I'm Ravens manager, hey, I just won with Tyler Huntley behind center, Got a chance without you. Don't matter.
All right. Mitchell. All right. Okay, go with that plan. Y'all go do it. I'm going to go rehab over here. And I see y'all September-ish. Don't call me unless y'all calling me with the money. Make sure it's guaranteed.
All right, your thoughts, Rob?
First of all, he needs to see a doctor for that cough or whatever.
What is that? That's his style, I guess.
Is that a part of his act? Is that what is that? Okay, Richard, you could cut that out. You don't need that. Number two, it's too late. The time to hold them hostage, Chris, was before the season started. This is what we were talking about. You went and played. Chris, it's too late now. It's too late. That's why you don't want to put yourself out there in harm's way without a deal. You should have come to some terms with them, or you have to sit on the sideline and make them respect that there's a chance I can get hurt playing this game, and especially the way I play it. I don't expect him to sit out, Chris. He wouldn't sit out for a deal if he's not seriously hurt. Richard Sherman, that sounds cute. It ain't happening. I don't see that at all.
I agree with you in that I don't see him doing it. You and I both said he should sit out. He shouldn't play this season. And Rob, he probably have a deal right now. I mean, keeping it real, he probably would have a deal unless he's just absolutely like it is fully guaranteed or nothing. I don't know if they're going to come off that or not, but we'll see. But I agree. I think he wants to play. But here's where I disagree with you, Rob. I don't think it's too late. But if I was in Lamar's shoes, this would be my thinking. If this is this type of thing where I'm going to need work done in the offseason, like I'm going to need a scope or something on my knee, like it's that type of injury, then I'm just going ahead and getting it taken care of and shutting it down. If it's just an injury, I'm not going to need any surgery or anything, and you know, it's basically pain or a bruise and it'll heal up as I play, then I'm playing. So to me, it depends on the severity. And I mean he could play either way, which is what they seem to be saying. But I mean the degree of it. If I'm going to need real work done in the offseason, I'm going ahead and getting it done. Now, why do you say it's too late?
Because you're not getting a deal done coming off of, like, if you don't play, and then you wind up not having a great, it's not the best time, like, for them to sign you. All they could do is just sign you to the, what do they call it? They're
franchising.
Franchise
They're likely going to franchise.
No, I'm saying I'm not,
way.
But I'm just saying I'm not making a deal now. I'm not.
I mean, you wouldn't get a deal, but you could show them, you know, look, I mean, and to be honest, it ain't even about showing. To me, it's not even about showing them something. It's about taking care of your health.
Yeah,
like,
but they say
just saw you got hurt last year. Now you got hurt this year. I mean,
but you had to know that, Chris, coming in is what I'm saying, and that's why this is on Lamar. This is on Lamar. He had a chance to make them sweat. We've seen players do it. Ezekiel Elliott got paid from Jerry Jones. Chris, you got to be willing to make them squirm, and as long as you don't do that, then there's no rush for them, especially with the franchise tag that will work in their favor.
That's the thing. They're likely to franchise. No matter.
It's a bad deal for them for players. You know that franchise tag. However, the union agreed to that is the most ridiculous thing because you have it kills your leverage.
It could work out. It worked out for Kirk Cousins. It worked out for Dak Prescott. It could work out for him down the road, but I'm sure you'd just rather a long-term deal with that type of security. But Tyler Huntley was 1-3 last year as a starter. Played all right, but still only won 1 out of 4 games. He won on Sunday against the hapless Broncos. But look, if they're 8-4, if they go in the tank and maybe even miss the playoffs without Lamar, if he were to sit, I think that shows them something. But the question is just philosophically, is their ownership willing to do? And like you said, I mean, I think they're going to franchise him at this point.
I think coming off this year, I think they will. I just it's like if you were the Arizona Cardinals, Chris, and you could do it all over again after that terrible playoff game by Kyler. Kyler bullied them into a deal, right? He pouted all year and made us stink on social media, Chris, and they came around. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have gotten paid.
He shouldn't have.
But I know,
mean, you and I said from the get-go, we wouldn't have paid him. Then we did shift because remember it was like, well, if you're going to end up paying him more in a year or two, maybe you just go ahead and get him for what would be cheaper now. But Rob, it'll be interesting because we've seen a few of these now. You mentioned Kyler Murray, regrets over long-term deal. Russell Wilson, regrets. The Rams just gave Matt Stafford that extension.
Regrets.
Right? I mean, so that's not even to mention Jared Goff, Carson Wentz. A lot of these like deals teams are regretting. And so you wonder, will that change the landscape going forward? So we'll have to see.